everyone, it's Sam here, and today I'm going to show you how to make this lovely circular waterfall card, and this time I've popped it onto an easel. So I've used photos again. Although I've made the Father's Day card for my dad, I thought this would be a lovely way to show him how thankful I am for all the work that he's done in the cottage so far. So these are all photos that I have been taking over the last couple of years. I've got loads more. It did take me a while to shrink them down to these ones, and then I've added some lovely fun little puns as well. And then you can see how it all attaches onto the little stopper bit there, but as you turn it, each picture, and it says thank you underneath. You can see as you move it around, how lovely is that? And you could obviously decorate in here, you could have a hidden message appear, and then it just goes all the way back round. Be careful with what you add. See, those two just slightly hit, so it's fine. I can just go back over there, but then it all goes back to the start again. But just another fun way of making it into a beautiful card and a real kind of keepsake, I think. So let's get started. I'll show you how to make it. So this is the new circular mechanism here. There was a typo at the factory. There's 16 dies, not 17. So I will make sure I mention that in some way in my videos. It is already mentioned and changed on the website, but just so you know, when you are checking your dies to put them away, yeah, the factory, we did tell them, but they seem to have missed it. So anyway, here's everything you need to make your waterfall mechanism, and we've got 6x6 on here because this is 6x6, and when you add these, it's that 6x6 size. When you add these, you make it bigger because obviously you've got the points on these, so it fits onto an 8x8. So you've got 6x6 to 8x8, but all the dies go through a standard die machine. So although it will make a bigger card, you don't need a large format die machine, you know, to use them, which is great. I'm also using it with the memorable moments, and I've cut out the camera. So I've cut it a few times because I'm going to have that in amongst the photos. And then I've just stamped all of the different sentiments here and popped them in the speech bubble. So you've got good times, making memories, every picture tells a story, we don't remember days, we remember moments, and capture every moment. So these are perfect for if you're making mini albums. Obviously a card like I'm doing, maybe a nice anniversary card, but they also look great in scrapbook layouts as well. So you want to run everything through the die machine. So this is the main die here, okay? And you'll see you've got all your score lines marked out. This is a heavyweight cardstock, which does work fine, but you can use a lighter weight as well if you want. You just want to make sure that you fold all of these score lines, and when you fold them back, make sure they sit within that shape. It's very easy when you fold it, you know, to kind of go off course a bit and it start lifting up. Make sure that it always stays within that circle shape. And then you want to go back and fold it the other way. You want those folds so it's all nice and soft, okay? Now for this one, I'm going to pop it on a circle easel card. So I've used my circle dies, the largest from the CCP ones. I think this ends up being 7 3/4, I think it was. Yeah, so it's not quite 8, but that doesn't matter. But whatever, your largest circle dies. And then 2 of them I've added this brick embossing folder that I've got. I've just inked that up. And I've put white card behind as well. So craft card and then white. So it's 3 pieces of craft card and then 2 pieces of white, but all that same size circle, okay? And then on this one here, I've just scored 3/4 of an inch in and then half of that. So it gave me 7, so I scored at 3.5. So give yourself whatever tab you want. Could be 1/2 inch, could be 1 inch. And then whatever you've got left, half it and score. Because this is going to be the easel, like so. So that is equal. You can see there, it lines right up, okay? So I'm going to stick this one down onto here. I'm going to use the construction glue just because the embossing there. So I want to make sure that that's straight and just keep my line straight there as well. That looks about right. Make sure that all lines up. I'm going to pop that to one side, let that dry, and we can put everything else together. So this one here is what I want to attach the waterfall onto. Now your key with this, we do give you in the die set this little die here, but you'll hear me say it in all of my videos and when I did the launch. That is your hole for your brads. You want to be using your 8mm brads, okay, if you're using that, because obviously it's a bigger circle. However, you're probably going to see me using my piercing tool because I just think it's a bit quick and easy. We couldn't attach that to this piece because you don't use them together. They're both separate, you know, they do separate things. Now, it doesn't matter at this point what orientation you've got this piece in. Just make sure this circle sits right in the middle of whatever it is. So whether it's a square, for me, I've got this circle here, so I just want to, you know, make sure that I've got the same kind of border. And then this is even more important. You want your hole to be right in the middle of this circle, because this is where your little pulley, your lever, is going to attach. That looks about centre to me. So I'm just going to use my piercing tool. Then what you can use is your die, and you can sit that then over the top like so and run it through your die machine. But again, if you want to be lazy, just use your piercing tool and just make the hole bigger. Because once you've got your brad, you want a brad that's going to match, because you do see the brads. So I'm going to go for black and white and brown. I think that'll look quite nice. You could have a smaller brad if you're piercing it, but like I said, these ones, you know, they hold all of the movement really well. But now you can just push your brad through, and that will open it up as well. Okay, and then we've given you this die here, so if you cut that out, you can then cover the back, but you might then stick that onto something else. You might have pattern paper over there, but that little circle there, just cut it and it will be able to cover the back. On this one here, oh, I've used it inside the card there, but you could easily put, you know, pattern paper or something on there as well. So I'm going to take that back out because I don't need it for the minute. So for this card, I want to use photos. And these are Dad, and it's all the DIY and projects that he's done over the last 2 years in the cottage with me. I've already got his Father's Day card, but I just wanted to do this card because I think it works really well with this style. That one always makes me laugh. And I'm going to have thank you that's going to appear underneath as well. With this card, I stuck this on first and then the pictures. On this video, I'm going to stick the pictures on first. So just so you can see how it works, because we're all going to have our different ways of doing things. This side here, you want to fold one under, because that's how you're going to stick it to the card. Okay, once you fold that under, you'll have 12 segments. So whether you go for this one, if you run that through twice, you've got your 12 mats. And then run those through twice, you've got your 12 layers. So you don't have to pass it through multiple times. And then for the squares, which I've done today, you've got a 4 on there. So just run that through 3 times. It'll give you the white matte layer. And then again, run those through 4 times and it will give you your layers. So fold that one under, like I said, hide that away. And then you want to start from this side, because the one that you stick down here is what is going to be on show. So you can see here my lovely niece Poppy. Now, I think for this one, I'm going to have maybe the 2 of us. I know I'm not quite in that one, but I think that would work well with the thank you. You want to start with your picture upside down, kind of as you're sticking it on. And the edge here, you want to make sure it goes just up to the edge there, right up to that score line. And you'll see you'll have a little overhang here, and you want that because then it just makes sure that the circle's hidden. But you do need to make sure it's flush with the circle. Anything overhanging, so if you had it like that and then that flush, you're going to end up hitting your pull tab and it's just not going to work. So you need to make sure that it's flush from that side. Okay, keep that one folded under, and then I'm just going to use my quick grab glue. You want to cover that whole segment and then stick your first one down. Like I said, make sure it goes right up to the fold, like so, and it's flush with that end there. And once you've stuck it down, fold it both ways, that way and that way. Okay, and that's going to go over the top, but you're going to add your glue again just into that first segment. Once you get used to this, you could add your glue to a multiple and stick them all down and then fold them all separately. That's the next one. And again, just fold both ways, like so. So just repeat that until you've stuck all of your pictures or drawing or stamped images, whatever it is you're using. Okay, so that's all dry, and I've just set it over the top of that one there. So next, you want to add your glue just to that piece that's folded over. And now this is the most important part. Obviously how you want it positioned. I'm going to have mine because I want the photo to be upright, so it would be that way displayed. You want to make sure that that hole, whether it's using the die or you've just pierced it like me, is right in the middle of this. So that looks spot on actually. And just leave that for a minute to dry. Just put something on top. Okay, then I've cut my pull tabs. I've already stuck 2 together here. And then you can see the arrow colour comes through, which is part of the design. But if you don't want it like that, what you can also do is just cut another one in the colour you like. Just like that, it doesn't have to be the whole piece. And then you can sandwich it between, so I just run my glue down that one. So I'm going to stick it over the two that I've just stuck together. Stick it over where the arrow is, and then take another one. I'm going to use the quick grab glue because I want this to be nice and strong. And then stick that over the top. Make sure that the holes line up, because obviously that's got to go through with your brads, but you can have it that way as well. And if you've got like a white core on the side that you don't like, top tip, which I've shared many times, is just grab yourself a marker and you can just go along the side there and just get rid of that white core. Okay, take your brad, pop it through the hole, and then pop it through this one here. Okay. And then open it up, and then you want to add, if you want to cover it, I'm not sure if that's going to get seen. Will you see that? Let me just check. Yeah, you will. So I'm just going to cut this one in, I'm going to use craft card, and then you can just stick it right over the top, but I've been using the little foam circles. You don't have to use foam, just a good double-sided tape or strong glue. You can also trim them if you need to, but I size that so that it will cover the larger brads. But this is going to be behind that section, so you won't see it anyway. There we go. Okay, and then all you need to do now is pop your pulley underneath that last picture. You want to be able to see the arrow, so you just want to add a little glue, like so, and just sit that on there and just let that completely dry. Whilst that is drying, I'm going to now stick it onto my easel. So this is going to come up. I'm going to use these as a little stopper in a minute. So again, I'm going to keep that line lined up with something on my mat. So that one there. And then I want to add glue all over this front half section. And now I can just make sure that this is all nice and straight, because that's again how it's going to be displayed. Move it around a bit so the brickwork is straight. There we go. So just leave all that for a minute. Okay, so I've been playing around. I've done my little stopper, so you can see now how that will sit on there. And then obviously to work it, you just now turn this one and you can see all of your pictures. Oh, that one's come up there. And you could have a hidden message here if you wanted to. It could read something, but what I'm going to do is I've got thank you here, and I'm just going to stick it as I go background now. So, because I want it to read when you obviously from this direction. So he's going to love this. He's really going to like this card. My dad does like my cards, so I know he's going to enjoy this one. And then these little bits here, you can see, like I've just popped the one on that one. But you can use them to decorate your photos. Just make sure, obviously, you're not going too far out of the frame, because obviously, because it might not then go in your envelope. So I'm going to have a little play around with some of these, like that one could go there. I think this is my favourite card that I've made using this set so far. Whether it's because it's just brought back lots of nice memories putting it together and looking at all the pictures, but I just think it looks really lovely. It's a really fun card. It's definitely going to stand out amongst the others. So you can see what I've done there on the front. Again, just every time you stick one down, just make sure it's, you know, it's not affecting any others. So now as we go around, we've got the nice one of Dad there. I cooked him a roast dinner. And then this one, we don't remember days, we remember moments. That's when we lifted the great big tree trunk, which took us ages. Sanding my bedroom floorboards. That's my living room, which I can't believe how far we've come from that. And Monty, it's Dad stripping one of my fireplaces. Digging up the patio slabs. That was when we discovered my beautiful stone fireplace and lintel. So I thought that every picture tells a story worked well. Taking off the render in the garden. It's when he made my sign for the cottage. Doing the apothecary unit. Good times. That was when we mixed all the cement for the patio. And then just my lovely Dad at the end. And then you can see the thank you that appears as we go back all the way around to make sure. Oh, there we go. I knew that one might have interfered, so but it's fine. He'll be able to work that. Just make sure that goes under, and then it all displays like so. So I hope you've enjoyed this version of how to use this die set today and popping it on the easel. I think it looks really nice. I love it's very tactile. You know, you got the shine from the photos, you got the embossing folder there, and then all those little speech bubbles. I think it looks really cute. As always, the products that I've used, if they're available, will be linked in the description box below this video. I also have the playlist with the other cards that I've made using this die set coming up at the end here. And as always, if you've enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos, and drop me a comment too. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.